Hello, Abbas.
Hi.
Nice to have you here. Thank you for accepting to do this interview.
No problem. I didn't have much of a choice.
So right now, Abbas, you're with the ISKF and you are
Yeah.
6 times national champion in kata from 2013 to 2018, all in a row. You won grand champion in 2016 and 2018,
Yeah.
and you also made top 8 in 14 Pan Am Championships in Mexico.
Yeah.
Am I missing something, or do you want to add something to that track record?
No, I think that's pretty much it, except I won kata in juniors as well, in my last year.
Oh, we'll add.
I was about 7 or 8. It was back in 2002 in February. Funny enough, because my dad's a big fan of Bruce Lee and he owns like all of his videos. He has like a box set of all the Bruce Lee VHSs and stuff. So when I was young, he used to put on Bruce Lee movies like Enter the Dragon and The Chinese Connection and stuff. And it would be on the big screen TV in the living room, and then every time after we finished watching the movie, I would just stand up and start kicking and punching in the air and going crazy and stuff like that. And then I just told my dad one day that I really wanted to join some sort of martial art. And then, yeah, he kept telling me that he was going to do it, but he kept putting it off for like months and months. Until one day I just took the phone book and I opened it up to the martial arts school category, and then I just placed it in front of him and I'm like, you're gonna sign me up today. So then my dad was like, okay, and then he finally started doing it, and then I joined my dojo shortly thereafter.
Awesome.
Style, I do Shotokan. Well, I do Onsu as my Tokyui kata, which is technically supposed to be your favorite kata. But my favorite kata of all time is probably Gochi Shosho. Even though I don't usually do it in tournaments, it's my favorite kata. There's so many different drills that I do. Most of them are basic like Kihon drills and stuff like that. I like doing the 4-punch sequence in Onsu where you just turn to your left and punch and your right. So that I feel like you can get a lot of snap, and it's really easy to show when you have a technical flaw in your movement. Like whether you're turning on the ball of your foot or where your weight distribution is off, then you lose balance. Your movement of your hips is off, then you'll see it in your technique, in the culmination of your technique, if it's weak or not. And also it increases your speed and your snap and everything together like that. So it's a really good drill. Well, there's 3 classes a week at that dojo that I go to. There's Mondays and Thursdays, and Saturday is the advanced class. I also started once a week an advanced training put on by myself, so I get a few of the advanced students from our dojo to come out, and then I'd put on drills for them that we don't usually get to do in the dojo because it's so strict and basic. So we do a lot more of advanced stuff that I can just put on, and they also train with me. So about 4 days a week, if I'm making every single class, if I'm available for that, if I'm not working or not. So yeah, each class is about 2 hours, but the special class that I put on is usually around 2.5. So.
Okay.
I visualize a lot. I do a lot of visualization of what it's going to be like when I'm there, and I really like to just chill out, basically, not stress myself out too much. In terms of preparation, the week before, I try not to push too hard, just do everything. Just make sure that my techniques are correct, because there's not much you can do at that point to make or break. So it's more mental at that point, whether you can keep it under control, and that's what's going to make the biggest difference in the results.
Right.
Oh man, I usually I eat a lot of pasta actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it fills you up and fills you up too. So I like eating pasta. We usually go to Boston Pizza when we go to nationals and things like that.
Okay.
And yeah, snacking here and there. I usually have like some Cliff Bars or a banana, things like that, and water.
Okay.
I really try and blank my mind. Like, I know a lot of people, they're really like violent in their own mind. They're like, oh my god, what's going on? I hope I win. I have to win. Things like that. I don't really put pressure on myself at all. I really don't care too much about the results. I'm more in the moment, right? So I'm just like clear my mind and relax my body. Because I feel if I have anything residual thoughts in my mind, then my body won't be able to perform as much. So as soon as I step on the tatami, I just loosen up and relax my mind and don't care about anything. That's when your body performs the most. A lot of it has to do with the difference in training between me and my opponents. Like this time I feel like I wasn't training as often because of life commitments and things like that. But also have to give it up to the opponents who've been putting in a lot of work and their skill and their technical aptitude is there as well. There's not too much that I did wrong in the mat, like that I did at the competition venue. I think what would have changed the result would be more based on the period before, how much work you are able to afford.
Right.
Supporting coaches, well, I have 3 main coaches. They're also my senseis. My sensei Robert Lashin, he's the one who is the top sensei and he usually teaches our classes. He's a Rokodan, I think, or Shichidan actually now, so he's 7th Dan. I also have 2 other senseis who are 4th Dan like me, and they've been training me for a long time as well. Sensei John Lency and Sensei Harjas, who's also been a competitor alongside me. So in terms of competition success, it would probably be Sensei Harjas because he's been with me the longest and he's also had the same amount of experience as me during nationals and international events. I also have to mention my coach Sensei Mark, who's had a lot of experience in tournaments and karate in general. He's been doing it for a long time back in England and things like that. So we have our special squad classes on Sundays before during the competition year. So that makes a big difference because the way that he's able to break down drills and techniques and stuff like that into different layers and things like that, it really completes your training and it makes you see how much in depth you have to go in order to complete things in the best fashion.
Awesome.
I got a lot of role models, man. If I listed them off, there'd be so many. I watch so much YouTube, so back when I started really getting into kata, like when I first learned unsu, I learned myself from YouTube. Like, yeah, I didn't know any advanced katas at all, so I pretty much taught myself a lot of katas. Unsu I learned on my own by watching Michael Malone. He's the France karateka who passed away. I watched his video at the WKF Worlds in 1994, I think. That was like the year that I was born. Okay. So I remember going onto YouTube every single time and watching his video and seeing how fast and how snappy, athletic, and how composed he was. So whenever I did my kata, I always wanted to compare to how technically correct he was. So that was very inspirational. I always think back to that memory, just going on the computer, watching him do a set of techniques, pausing the video, and then in the den by myself, I'd start doing my techniques and like that. And like, even a few times I videotaped myself and I just like compared the videos. So yeah, that's one of my role models.
Awesome.
I guess the success that I've had as reigning national champion in kata has been one of the accomplishments that I always look back on. And I think even though we lost in team kata during the past Pan American Games in Panama, I still think that was one of the best efforts that I've given. I just want to keep going higher and higher and higher whenever it's possible. It's not like I'm going to be satisfied with anything. So yeah, that's my goal, is to never be satisfied with where I am. Always going to be training. And that's one of I've always told myself. Back when I started actually liking karate, because when I started, funnily enough, after a few years, I really hated it. And I was forced to go by my parents. I used to like sometimes like throw tantrums and stuff like that. I really don't want to go, but my parents forced me, and then thank God I actually caught on and started having a passion for it. So yeah, once I started having a passion for it, it really grew in that small amount of time, and then I told myself that I'm probably never gonna quit.
Okay.
Yeah. Whether if I have a dojo or not, or whether I'm training regularly or not, I'm not gonna cease training because I love it so much.
Okay. Awesome.
A lot of the ISKF stuff, I do get a lot of funding from our dojo. Like, what's crazy about our dojo is they give back so much. The senseis that actually teach at our dojo, they don't take an income from all the membership fees and things like that. They pool it into one communal bank account, and all the funds that are in that bank account go towards our national trips and all our tournaments and expenses like that. Or we get a discount on our equipment and stuff as well. A lot of it is paid for by our sensei. So they're so humble in not wanting to take any bit of that money, especially over the course of like 15 years. It's a lot of money that they could have taken for themselves. But you know, they work their own jobs and they just give it back to the dojo. So it's pretty selfless.
It's very nice.
For a long time, I didn't try out for the WKF team just because I looked at them and I used to feel, I used to tell myself that I'm probably not good enough, so I might as well not even try. And looking back, I know that's one of the biggest regrets because even if you feel like you're not adequate enough, you still should try. And prove it to yourself that you're willing to go out there even when you know that you're not going to do too well. I think that proves more about how much you believe in yourself, and you grow more as a person if you put yourself in positions that you're not comfortable with. I don't know if there's much that I would change. I'm pretty satisfied with everything that's happened so far. I don't think anyone's made a major mistake or thing like that that I'm angry at or hold a grudge for. When my body doesn't let me.
Okay.
I'd like to get back in some sort of capacity, whether it's training, opening my own dojo and instructing students, or once I get my own dojo, I'd like to run that, or I'd like to be a coach of some sort, helping kids train for like different events and tournaments and things like that. Or also, I would hope to be like some sort of sports scientist, things like that. I'm hoping to get into a program for sports science and chiropractic together so that I could be around athletes and things like that. So if I'm able to treat athletes and still be around in that atmosphere, it'd make me pretty happy. Pretty much life. That's what I love about the traditional karate approach. It's not just a sport, or it's not something that you engage in as a leisure. Like, it's not like yoga, you go there once a week and then you enjoy it for that amount of time, and then once you leave you forget about it completely. Karate is on my mind pretty much every day, or at least a little while, and I think I've learned a lot from it, and you see it expose itself in your life a lot of the time. A lot of things that happen in my life that I can attribute to my karate training. Yes, I'm applying for chiropractic school. I've gotten accepted into one and working on my requirements for getting accepted into another one that's a little bit closer and a little bit more highly regarded. And that's the one that also has the sports science master's program in it. So hopefully I get into that. I work in a Costco pharmacy as a pharmacy assistant. I've been doing that for a couple of years now. Nope. Yes, of course, I like children.
How many children do you want?
Haven't really thought about it.
No?
We'll have to see when the time comes. Yes, I have 2 sisters. I'm the middle child, so I have an older sister by 2 years and a younger sister 1 year younger than me.
And how did your sisters fit into your life?
I feel like when I was younger, I always felt like they conspired against me because it was a boys' team of just me versus a girls' team of 2. So anytime we had some sort of argument or quarrel, it would always be them against me. So whenever they went to my parents, I'd usually be the one who would lose. But still at the same time, I really love them and they supported me in a lot of things that I do. Like they were alongside me for a long time in my karate journey as well. They started at the same time as when I did. Okay. So my parents wanted to put us all in at the same time, just to gain some useful skills. It's kind of hard, but you have to stay disciplined with the schedule, of course. My work program is pretty cool. Since I'm going to school, they only allow me to work on weekends and only for a certain amount, so I'm not expected to have an availability throughout the week, only on the weekends. So that leaves me at least 3 days worth of training for karate. And then family life, just be able to fit it in as much as you can. You just have to try and be with them as much as you can in your residual time and make the most of it, I guess. Friends and family, I'm probably the quietest out of any of my family members. But I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. I think I talk mostly only when there's things that actually need to be said. Like I don't talk unnecessarily like some people do. I used to a lot when I was younger, but I feel like I stopped doing that because I didn't really like that. I didn't feel as respected.
Okay.
Well, I also joined the fencing team at my university about a year ago. That was very, very interesting because it has a lot of overlap with our karate techniques. And the training that they do really, really overlaps in a bunch of ways, whether it's the technique or the training, how to score points, so the whole philosophy of fighting. So as soon as I joined the competitive team right then. They allowed me to join because of my previous skills, and I feel like my learning was accelerated because of that. So I went to an international tournament only a couple months in after that. So yeah, I was in the United States, and I did okay for a beginner. I actually held myself pretty well because most of the people there would have had about 3 to 5 years experience. And I lost about 50-60% of my matches, but the ones that I won were pretty exciting for me because I didn't have that much experience in the game. But yeah, I really love that. I like reading. I like playing video games on my PS4. I like doing sports. I like drawing.
Like drawing?
Yeah, sketching, stuff like that. Do it in my free time. A few times I asked my parents if I could join some sort of like full contact, like martial arts, maybe Kyokushin karate or boxing. I always ask my parents if I could join boxing. It's so interesting to me. I feel like it'd be really challenging, but they wouldn't allow me to do this. They don't want me to sustain any major injuries and things like that. So I really want to do it, but that's okay. And I also have to keep my health because I'm still competitive in karate and things like that. So. I follow Islam. I'm a Muslim, yeah.
You're Muslim. How important is it to you?
It's very important. My life revolves around it, basically. Diet is probably one of the places where I'm lacking most. It's not like I'm ill-informed about how I should have my nutrition and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. It takes a lot of time and effort. Definitely, I heard the statistics about weight loss and things like that. It's 70% diet. It's going to be 30% in the gym. So, yeah, I'm definitely lacking the nutrition part of it. But that'll change hopefully once I learn to cook myself. Yeah. I hope to get around 8 hours. I usually plan my days and my nights around that, getting enough sleep. Sometimes I get too much sleep. Yeah. Especially on the weekends when it's my time to relax. I hate this question because it seems so narcissistic. I don't like talking about myself at all. Would it be ironic if I said humility?
No.
I think it would be, yeah. I don't really like talking about myself. I feel like if someone is great, then they don't have to talk about themselves at all. Other people would be talking about them for them. So, yeah, I feel like I never did that. Oh my god, I feel like one of the biggest faults I have is I'm very hesitant in asking for help when I need it. I feel like a lot of the times I have problems, I try and tough it out myself and see if I can bear it. It's a good philosophy to an extent, but there are times where you really have to reach out because there are people for you in order to support you and help you through it. So I have to work on that a lot. I don't think there's much that I would consider worse to happen to me other than like minor injuries and stuff like that. Nothing too bad has happened to me in my life. Thank God. In terms of my family life, I really loved when my parents had grandchildren, had nieces and nephews. I feel like that was a very loving moment for me. I was super excited when my first nephew was born.
So you're an uncle?
I'm an uncle, yeah. I'm an uncle of 2 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uncle Abbas. Same sister or?
Yeah, my older sister has had 2 children so far, a boy and a girl. And it's very exciting for me because it's someone that I can teach and pass on knowledge and life experience. So change the dynamic.
Pineapple on the pizza?
Yes.
Smartphone for kids under 10?
No.
Under 12?
No.
Under 14?
No.
Under 16?
No.
16 and over?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Hitting yourself in kata?
No.
Spicy sauce?
Yes.
Legalization of pot?
No.
The ends justify the means?
I wish I could say something other than yes or no, but yes.
Thor, Ragnarok?
That? Yes.
Guns?
So I'm gonna say no.
Winter?
No.
Karate at the Olympics?
Yes.
Small dogs?
Yes.
Self-driving cars?
Yeah.
Automated homes?
Yeah.
Karate Kid with Jackie Chan? Will Smith?
Yes.
Yes. Ready? Movie or series?
I think it's The Lion King, actually. I loved it since childhood, yeah.
Favorite joke?
Oh my god, I know a lot of bad jokes, like
Go ahead.
racist jokes.
Go!
No, I can't.
Okay. Junk food?
I like chocolate, a lot of chocolate, yeah.
Drink?
I like orange soda.
Season?
Summer.
Quote?
Do you like water?
Holiday?
Eid.
Karate brand?
For kata, I like terota.
Color?
Color is green.
Song?
Song is When the Night Feels My Song.
Band?
Band that made that song, yeah.
Book?
George St. Pierre's autobiography, that was really, really good. I love that book.
Mythological creature?
Dragon.
Superhero?
I like Batman.
Video game?
I like Uncharted, actually. Yeah? Feeling me?
Weapon excluding firearms?
Love swords, like katanas, like that. Yeah.
Favorite person in the world?
My parents, man. I can't choose between them.
Country to visit.
Japan.
Country to live in.
Wouldn't mind living in Canada, actually.
Competitor that you'd like to go against in kata that you haven't gone against yet.
Anyone who will challenge me, so probably anyone that is very highly ranked or very athletic, probably likely to kick my butt, so I can learn the most from it.
Superpower.
I don't know, super strength would be cool.
One illness to cure.
Sure, cancer would probably be the number one.
Which one?
I'm not sure which one is the most spread in the world, so probably that one, whatever would help the most amount of people.
Awesome. Last meal before you die.
Oh my god, my favorite food is Pakistani, so you probably wouldn't understand it. I love nihari, which is like a spicy beef dish.
If you could change your name, what would it be?
I wouldn't change my name.
One pet to adopt.
I'd love to adopt a rhino, man. I love
rhino.
rhinos. It's my favorite animal.
Awesome.
Especially since they're endangered and stuff like that.
That's true. Famous person to bring back to life.
Bruce Lee for sure.
Awesome. Any person to bring back to life. They don't have to be popular.
Sir Richard Burton.
Richard Burton.
Yeah, I don't know if you know who he is.
No.
He's a very famous person, but the coolest thing about him is he had so many professions in his life. Like, he was a cartographer, he was an artist, he was a fighter, he was in the army, he was a doctor, he was a chemist. I think he has like more than you can count professions. And he's done so many amazing things in his life. I had to do a project on this, so that's why I know. Yeah.
Age to have the rest of your life.
Probably 17, because I wouldn't be an adult and have all those responsibilities, but still be young enough to understand all the fun in the world.
One way to die.
Way to die? Oh my god, you're asleep?
Alright. One person to bring with you on a deserted island.
Deserted island, Survivor, man.
One company to own.
I don't know, Coca-Cola?
Okay. One charity to finance.
I don't believe in mainstream charities.
One way to make money.
Make money, business.
Last thing you do before you die.
Tell my family that I love them.
Plastic or metal?
Metal.
Water or fire?
Water.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Orange juice or apple juice?
Orange juice.
Black or white? Red or blue?
Red.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
Past or future?
Future.
Manga or comic? Like American comic?
Manga.
Manga. Ski or snowboard? Board.
Oh, snowboarding.
Forest or beach?
Beach.
Blackjack or poker?
I can't answer this, man. It's not wrong.
Superman or Batman?
Batman, I told you that.
Boat or plane?
Plane.
Pirate or ninja?
Ooh, ninjas.
Vampires or werewolves?
Vampires.
Mac or PC?
PC. Next big competition will probably be the Worlds in London for ISKF. How am I going to prepare for that? I'm going to try and train even more, but during that time I'll be moving down south for my schooling.
Okay.
So I'll have to find a different dojo. Hopefully I'll find some place that I can train at whenever I need to, and find people who can support me, things like that. Maybe join other dojos for specific insights and more experience. People who are very experienced and have actually gotten far in competitions like that. So yeah, training under the best people. It's not something that I've considered yet.
Okay.